It's good to see everyone. How's everyone doing?
What's
How you
up?
doing?
Congrats on the show. I love the show. We'll get into it. Gabriel, I find it interesting, right? Because, whenever there's something, you're working on something that is based on a book, you can either kind of like research that book or you can kind of throw it away. What is your relationship with the original source material with The Better Sister?
I threw it away. I don't even know where it is. And if I can find it, I'd love to read it. But I heard it was a book. That's good to know. I'm gonna get back into it. But I was told, to be fair, that we may go in a different direction with Jake.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to. Have you read the book?
I have not read the book. I have people that know people that have read the book, but
Me
it's not
too.
the book. It's the series
I
on
know
Prime,
people.
right?
Exactly. There you go. Helping me out. I appreciate it. I also know people who read the book. So no, it's a great question. I was told that this might have more deviations than the original source material.
Yep.
So I didn't want to adhere to something and confine myself and trap myself in a box where we weren't going to go with it.
No, absolutely. Gloria, it's good to see you. I know the answer to this question is you try not to do this, but given that this is a show where the audience member is a detective figuring it out, the whodunit component, are you ever conscious of the audience member watching The Better Sister while you're making it? Or is that something that happens a little bit before or after rather than during production?
I never think of what the audience might think or not think. No, it doesn't. I don't. I mean, if I start thinking about that, I'll be like, God knows what kind of acting will come around. I just try to figure out why my character is doing what she's doing. That's enough. And why everybody else is doing what they're doing. And how does she get, especially as an attorney, how does she get the real truth from people who are consistently lying?
Yeah.
All the while you're lying. There are a couple of you like, Dad, you got to tell me everything. Tell me everything. Tell me everything. There's only so many times you can say that until you're like, that's it. Yeah. So that's what I'm concerned about. I know that the audience is going to be enthralled because the writing is so good and the cast members are so extraordinary. They're all across the board, all of it. Writing, directing, editing, sound, performances, all across the board.
I always ask that question because I literally get 50-50. I either get like no, or I get like sometimes like I keep that alive because, and I agree with you. You're in the moment as an actor, 100%. Yeah. I get that, but it's interesting to think about. Maybe there's just a really intense scene, and you're like, "Ooh, someone's really gonna freak out about this when they watch it." But I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
absolutely.
True.
Maxwell, good to see you, man.
Good to see you. How you been?
I'm losing track of how many times you've been on the show. I got to get you a mug or something. I think you're third.
I would love one.
I know, absolutely. I feel like I think about these things now because I am a filmmaker as well, but I know that there's, a certain amount of duration that you're shooting this show, The Better Sister, but there's going to be some scenes that are going to be longer to film, and maybe there's going to be like one scene that we see on screen for like 3 minutes that maybe took like 2 or 3 days sometimes, depending on the show. When that happens, does that feel like its own like mini movie, mini show, or does it feel like a big part of the project?
I mean, honestly, a bit of both. It's like once we've finished the scene, then I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see it's it's fitting in. But while we're in that, there were a couple of times where we were in one location for a week shooting kind of this one sequence, and it's really you can get pretty wrapped up in it, and it was fun because it's sort of like the whole thing became this moment. And to piggyback off of what you said, it was really then easy to kind of live in like how your character is feeling, and in this sort of extended stay, it really helped it feel like the actual time was passing, because it's set over a long period of time, and it was I mean,
I hope you got to keep the night arm. I'll just say that, but I can't wait.
I was just saying, I've been plotting how to get it. I've got to get it.
Absolutely. The Better Sister on Prime Video. I can't wait for people to see it. Maxwell, Gloria, Gabriel, it's an honor and privilege to speak with all of you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks you so much. Thanks for your energy.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.